Alrighty, traders, welcome to our daily recap for Thursday, July 20, 2023. Let's take a quick look at the markets and where we are. We'll start off with SPY in the markets. Had a down day today. Amazing. Finally, a day of rest for the markets as they have been on just an absolute tear, but it's only one day. But SPY dropped 3 points today, down 0.66%. Not a big drop, and did finish off of its lows, but nearer the lows than the highs of the day. And let's take a quick look at what the charts look like here. Hopefully you can see these as well. Try to keep them clean a bit for you. As you can see on the weekly charts here, we have just been marching up unrelentingly for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Finally, this week, we are not on the lows. We're right in the middle of the week, but still solid MACD climbing. We're above all the moving averages. We're riding just underneath the Bollinger Band up on the weekly, so solid weeklies, except for the fact that our RSI is not hitting new highs on the weekly chart as we make newer highs. If we look at the dailies here, one thing I think to take a quick notice of is really, take a look at this volume. So as the market has been moving higher and higher and higher and higher, the volume on this move has definitely been tailing off. And you can see, again, we cracked that 3 ATR pretty well yesterday, closing completely above it for 2 days in a row. And, finally back inside of the Bollinger Band and the 3 ATR here. Still bullish. I think a pullback down here to 443 or so is our first line of defense to see if we can hold this line and then make another run higher. MACD turning over a bit today, RSI dropping today. If we take a look at the at the monthly charts, still in a pretty solid uptrend, and look at the monthly chart here with MACD crossing positive this month, and you've got a complete turnaround here in the squeeze. So monthly looks still pretty good. I would think we still want to come back up and test these previous highs about 479, 480. Somewhere in there on the SPY. All right, let's take a look real quick. QQQ, pretty much the same story. We are seeing a weaker week. We are at our lows of the week so far. So you can see it here, a bigger drop in tech on the day on increased volume. So we looked at volume on the SPY dropping as we go up, but now we've got a bigger volume on this drop. So again, kind of a bearish look to things, but we've got all kinds of supports in here that we'll be watching. We are very close, though, to a PSAR bearish reversal. We've got some support here. Let's watch and see what happens on Qs, but they look a little worse than the SPYs. IWM, strong on the weekly here. Nothing to get too excited about. And then on the daily charts here, just a pullback after crossing the 3 ATR here, so it was definitely overdone, pulled back, closed off its lows of the day. Maybe again some reversal on RSI and MACD. We'll watch this, but again, I expect a pullback. I don't think it's bad as long as it's not going down in here. There's plenty of places here where we can make a lower high at any of these places. Maybe 190 level would be a good spot for the IWM. Take a quick look at oil, and not doing a whole lot of anything today. Moved up a tad on the week so far, and pretty much just a flat nothingness day today overall. So it was up, it was down, and it finished just a bit higher on the day today, up a fractional piece today, and nowhere near any kind of overbought, oversold levels. You got MACD rolling over. We will see what happens in oil. I'm going to try to pick this up because we've got a severe thunderstorm here, and I don't want to lose power while I'm doing this tonight. Gold looks pretty good. It's been making a solid move. A little bit of a rollover the last couple sessions, a little overdone. Nothing right now on gold. Still maintaining higher highs on the weekly, and it's been lower lows, lower highs until it broke through this downtrend. So it's just starting to try to make some reversal. We'll see if it can continue to strengthen. It's pretty flat right now. Bonds tailed off the last session here today. Pretty good drop on bonds, back down into this range, a little bit weaker in the overnight. MACD rolling down a bit. We'll see what happens. It's starting to show some bottoming signs on the weekly. I think in here is a good spot to get long bonds. Corn prices have gone up several days in a row now, trying to fight this little channel that we've been in on corn. Nothing exciting here. More bullish than bearish, but it has a lot of overhead to get through on corn. We ended up closing out of a trade here on live cattle futures today. We got stopped out. We got into this trade, back in here, and it has gone nowhere but up for weeks and weeks and weeks. The live cattle had been just slowly meandering its way around, and then all of a sudden, just a rocket ship up, stopped us out of a strangle. Been great on strangles for weeks and weeks and months, and then all of a sudden you get this on live cattle. Maybe it's starting to roll over. It's been showing signs for a day or two. Maybe it's at a high, but of course that would make sense since I'm out of the strangle for a loss today. I would think cattle probably now will come back in and trade in a sideways range. TLT bonds we've already talked about, showing a little weakness. And then if we look at Amazon, pretty good down day today in Amazon, almost a 4% drop in Amazon. Again, it's made such a nice run for a while. Nothing wrong with pulling back here. Pulled back right to the 21 EMA. We'll see if this area in here holds between 127 and 130 or so. Volume has been really nothing to write home about. It was not a big volume day today. So overall, it's not a real big volume day on this downswing. So I'm not putting a whole lot of stock in it right now. And then everything else has been down. Nothing is big except Meta. Meta had a pretty good, again, 4%-ish down day here. Nothing to get worried about on Meta. Yeah, you had a really significant gap down day on Tesla. It took a pretty good hit right after earnings. So you had earnings coming out. It beat on the earnings, didn't catch the conference call on this, but broke through the 21 EMA here. So it's a little concerning. We'll see what happens with Tesla. I think if you get a nice pullback to the 50 EMA around 243 or so, I think that's a great place for me to look to sell some leap puts and get a little bit long. But most of the stocks, most of the big boys were pretty red. Boeing just been in this range forever. A great strangle trade. MasterCard with the financials doing decently. Goldman Sachs having a fantastic run off of earnings. Here, this thing has been up for 3 straight days, big time, bigly, as they would say. So you're in this symmetrical triangle action here, getting tighter on it. It's got to break one way or the other. We'll see which way it goes. Right now, it's a really strong bullish move on Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan is just off to the moon, way above the 3 ATR. JP Morgan is way overbought in this range. Looking at the weekly here, this thing is heading back up. Not much to stop it right now. Strong JP Morgan. So there's where we are on the stocks. Let's take a quick look at our accounts and see where we are. So on the day today, I think yesterday's numbers were a little funky because I couldn't check them till after hours, and after hours with futures and everything, they got a little squirrely. But I feel like these numbers today are a little bit better. a little bit more accurate. So delta, we ended up with a 102 delta today, 0.04%, totally fine. It's as delta neutral as you can get in a pretty large account. 716 on theta. We did close out several trades today, 2 big ones. So that took our theta down a bit. We'll be looking to restock on theta. 0.25, way too low for my account. I've got to get this theta up. Net lick ended the day at 282. So we're really right in this range. I think I can't trust yesterday's number a bit. Well, we are just sitting within really 1,000 points of our all-time highs. On this account, BP usage dropped to 140. We're under the 50% BP usage, and we booked another $300 in profit today. So now we are up $7,110 on the month. Still having a great month, getting close to our 3%. Despite taking a couple hits on 2 strangles, we're still having a great month, $7,000 booked in. And then the overall net lick on this account is up about a little over 1% for the month. I'm really paying more attention to what I'm booking for profits versus what the net lick is, but both are up nicely for the month. Let's take a look at the trades from today. So today's trades, we closed out and got stopped out on a live cattle strangle that we had. We've been in this trade for 24 days. So really, 3-4 weeks on this trade. It's been pretty much straight up since we entered it. So we stopped out for a 2x loss today, pretty much right on the nose, $2,200 on the downside. So following our protocol, following our trade plan, I'm okay stopping out. Yep, could reverse tomorrow. I won't care, won't even look at it, don't care what happens. When a trade's over, trade's over. Another trade that we made some moves on today was we had a BA 112, the big ass 112 trade that we opened for just $1 in credit. This is more of a hedge type of a trade. We closed the naked puts today for 25 cents each for the 2 puts and removed all the buying power requirements on this trade. So, booked at $25. That's not really the real reason for this trade. This trade has a great hedge on. So it's a free hedge at this point, 4170, 4120, 50 wide hedge on ES here with this trade, and it's free. We just let it roll. And then also, we also closed another naked put. We closed a 3,200 naked puts for $1.05, giving us roughly a 95% profit. Actually, we're 93 on the entire trade. So we booked a 92% in, so far, 92% winner on this trade is locked in. We have freed up all the buying power. There's none being used at all. And we simply just have this put spread that's left on this trade. So if the market drops, we've got another, again, free put spread. If we look, we've got 4 of the LT112s where we've already closed the naked puts on them. They're using no more buying power, freed up a ton of buying power here. We still have 4 working, but that's perfect. So we booked $2,500 by closing out those naked puts, 92% return and a 19% overall return in 88 days. Again, it's a 120-day trade, 4-month trade. We make 20% in every 4 months on these trades. That's a pretty good return of 5% a month. Love the long-term 112 trades. So there's where we were today when we booked these 3 and closed these 3 trades out today. So a little bit of a gain on the day, made $300. Beats a stick in the eye, up $7,100 on the month. And despite taking a loss here on this strangle, we've still got 24 winners, 4 losers, $7,100, 86% win rate on the month. And we've cleaned off a losing VIX hedge. We've gotten rid of our losing strangle on cattle, and we got rid of a losing strangle on the move up. So all of the stuff that was really hurting the account has now really been removed out there, and we're clean, and expect good things. If this market continues to drop, it's going to really start to pay off for both our strangles and our 112 trades that we have going out there. So have a great evening of trading, gang. We'll see you tomorrow for the week wrap up. Hopefully hoping for another good day tomorrow, and keep marching towards that 3% goal for the month. We're still on target for a great month. Love to hit 8-9 grand up for the month, 10 grand if we can get there, and we've got 10 days to do it. All right, have a fantastic evening. If you thought this video was helpful to you, go ahead and click on that like button. If you're not a member here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel here. Click that notification button so you know when I'm posting stuff out there. Hope you find these things interesting. Feel free to drop some comments in, but give us a like, help us out, subscribe, get some more learning. I got some great new stuff coming out for you guys. Enjoy a great rest of your evening. Take care, everybody.